Knockout Legends in the building. Like, comment, and subscribe. So today I want to talk about the Katie Taylor versus Chantel Cameron rematch, and I'm not gonna do a post-fight review, but I'll briefly skim over what I saw, watch the fight, and it was a good fight for a woman's undisputed rematch, and basically hats off to Katie Taylor to do what she did in Ireland and bring it back and rematch, and then basically beat Cameron in a pretty impressive display. Is impressive, and it's brilliant for women's boxing. But anyway, a couple of things I want to touch on. In the first fight, the first thing I noticed about Cameron was the size difference between her and Katie Taylor. Now, I know Katie Taylor went up to super lightweight, and obviously she's daring to be great and to basically challenge for the title. But Cameron looked massive, and I think the size and actually the pressure of Cameron intimidated her in the first fight. That's why when it came to it and she fell short, basically you could kind of see, because I watched that fight as well, that she couldn't establish like power and dominance on Cameron, and Cameron was actually a lot quicker and a lot more mobile than probably Taylor thought she would be, and she gave up the middle of the ring. So by doing that, she kind of like psychologically already set a stall out that Cameron would probably dominate and pressure and corner, which is what happened in the first fight, hence why she lost. So in this fight now, she realised she'd have to be more central and probably be more, take a position of not giving too much ground away, which is what she did, and it worked. But like the only thing that kind of let the fight down and had a blemish on the fight was the refereeing, which was a bit dismal. It was a bit dismal, because the referee, he made quite a lot of mistakes, and talk about favouring other fighters and favouring certain people in the fight. You're supposed to be fair and impartial, but like the referee at times spoiled the action. Now, yeah, I know it's women, I know it's 2 minutes and it's only 10 rounds, but because the time limit's so short and the women only have a certain amount of time to do stuff, you can understand why after a while, when basically stamina's gone, why it becomes like basically a slug match, or basically rough house tactics. So the referee kind of needs to like split it up when it's pertinent, but like basically let the fight carry on and let the action carry on. If you're constantly breaking every minute, you're taking time and minutes out of the fight, which is where the fights could be fighting and there's action. So you're gonna end up losing out on that spectacle. Now, what I noticed about Taylor in this fight, she boxed a lot more clever. Now, she was on a bike in spurts and she throwed them flurries and combinations, and she caught Cameron. And at some point, you could see on Cameron's face that even though the shots didn't hurt at first, eventually after a while, cumulative damage, they kept like basically pushing her back, and she realised basically she didn't have any answer for the speed. Now, with Taylor coming in at the weight she come in, she still looks smaller than Cameron, but this time she's learned to use attributes, which is to be more mobile, stand the ground when she needs to, hold and spoil Cameron, and basically let the referee split them up, get time to reset, and then basically go back to whatever her plan was again, which is the same thing. Be mobile, use her speed, hit her with the flurries, and then basically stand the ground when she needs to, and then smother her work when she's throwing her power shots. Because out of the two fighters, you can tell Cameron is the stronger fighter. It's just if she can connect, and she had problems connecting, and Taylor didn't make it easy. Now, I think it was the second round where Taylor got dropped. That was a knockdown. It should have got called as a knockdown. You could blatantly see it. She walked into Taylor's straight right. Cameron's straight right. So it should have been a knockdown. I don't know what the referee was doing there, but it changed the course of the fight. And that's the point I'm trying to make about referees in certain title bouts. It's just pathetic. It probably would have been better with a woman refereeing a bout, which sounds basically like I'm being biased, but like it would have been, I reckon, a woman referee would have basically made the right call, because it was blatant. It was a blatant knockdown. It was blatant. I don't know how you can rule that as a slip. And she didn't even push her. You could argue if it was a push, then fair enough, and then she lost her footing. But she actually got caught flush in the face and she got knocked down. Yeah, it's a flash knockdown. She walked into it, but still a knockdown. It's still a 10-8 round. That's still a count. That changes the impetus. It changes the way the fighter's mentality is, the psychology, and how they would react to the knockdown. And then it would change Taylor's psychology and the way she would react. But I reckon she still would have won the fight anyway. And the only other gripe I've got is the judging at the end. Pathetic again. But like the way it's probably set up in the marketing sense is there will be a third fight, because obviously it's 1-1. And obviously Cameron's going to probably feel she can do what she needs to do to get back her crown. So I reckon there will be a third fight. And to be fair, I wouldn't say no in not watching the third fight, because that second fight was highly entertaining for women's boxing. You know what I mean? It was good. So it'd be interesting to see who'd win in the third fight, because now Katie Taylor's got a confidence for winning it. Cameron's going to be hungry to actually get it back and basically stop her and get the belts back. So this looks like it would be set up for a third fight, but knowing the way things are going to go and like the age of Cameron, it'll probably may not be, because she's getting on, and I don't know if she could go through another fight like that with Cameron, because to be fair, I think if they went and had another fight, I honestly think Cameron will win, because she's too big, man. She's big. She's bigger than Katie Taylor. She's just big. You can see it in her frame. The back, the shoulders, the hips, the waist. She's just big. She's actually bigger. Don't ask me what she weighed when she stepped in the ring, but she looks like a good, at least 8 to 10 pounds bigger. She just looks like a bigger fighter. It looks like she actually looks like maybe she's a division above that division in the weight category. When you look at the way the two fighters look, Taylor just looks small. Even if she did weigh at that weight and she's hydrated, she just looks small compared to her. You know what I mean? Now, I understand in the first fight why she was hesitant, and obviously she probably respected the power and the size, and it probably was intimidating. It kind of reminds me of the first Triple G fight, where Triple G just basically walked Canelo down and basically, he more or less bullied Canelo. So for Canelo to get the result he got gifted a result. In this fight, the similarities are very same. You know what I mean? Fighting on the back foot, moving, he's just pressuring, closing off the ring, same thing. But like the second fight, obviously, confidence has come because you know what to expect and you know what you're going to get. So obviously the fight's more competitive, and arguably people say that Canelo won that fight. Again, it was a close fight, you know, but if the judges have given it him, they've given it him. So that's the two parallels I can make between the two fights, you know what I mean? Obviously. And obviously she learned to hold when she needed to. So Cameron didn't basically use a bigger size and brute force to bully her, basically. Because if she'd have been allowed to do that, I reckon she would have won the fight. But again, the referee kind of made things a bit patchy in spots by basically breaking up the holding and the inside punches to the head and stuff like that. So anyway, tell me what you think of the fight and leave your thoughts in the comment section. And that is another one from Knockout Legends. Peace.